this is the forecasting, and this is into the on the basis of each and every day. Okay, so let's put up the date over here, and we just want to date wise, individual dates. Okay, let's take it on the month wise, and I'll take it for only January now. This is how the spike of January is happening. No, I did something which I should not do. And right, okay, exclude, no, select of the date, okay, condition, no, okay. So this is for, what I'll do is, instead of going for exact date, I'll go for month wise prediction, right? So right in this month, now I'll take this date over here and go with the months, and I'll just select one month, which is January. I'll get one dot. What I'll do is I'll split it according to the date. Instead of December, I took January, right? So in the month of January, so if you click on this filter, there are things over here. We can just have some filtrations done from here as well. So if I remove this thing, even though I get all the month-wise distribution, right? Put up the labels as well over here. Date label, right? And the label needs to be done in the form of day, every day. Okay, so I'll just select January from here, right? So this is my January. I'll click over here. I'll put up some trend lines, show trend lines, right? So the trend line is, it is in a decreasing order. So let me move this thing. Now see, I put it a day on this basis, and I'll remove this. Every month, so my trend line is going in this way, and this is how it moves. Now, how I'm going to do forecasting then? I mean, this is the trend line. So let's first understand how this trend lines work, right? So this is my trend line, right? And now when I click on this trend line, so it gives me an option. So trend lines we understand, right? So it is to show the best fit. So if in order to understand there is a seasonality, how best is this line moving and how best as our data is, we put up this trend line and check out with the use of regression. So now the data which we have over here is just a dummy data, which is like a simulated data. So now if we check out edit trend line, we have various other options as well. So before forecasting, we are understanding what our trend lines is. Trend lines are nothing but best fitted lines which is provided to capture the error between the data and the actual data. So this is like logarithmic, exponential, power. Once you understand what are these regressions and all, we can understand all these points. Then there is a confidence interval, the confidence uh, bands as well, which shows that the data should fall between these points, right? There is force yx, right, and show recalculated and other things as well. So these are the trend lines, how we are going to put up the trend lines. Let's go back and have the exact dates. So in this exact dates, if we plotted out this, so this is how it looks. It shows that the best line should be this, but we do have some data which is upside and down, right? Let's have some more things like week number. This is how it's moving, right? So let's go for the day level. This is how it looks. Let's go for month, and let's go for exact dates again, right? So this is how the trend lines look. Now let's create some clusters, but the clusters can be created on, let's say, on the basis of monthly data or something. Okay, so let's put up some clusters. Yes, what it is showing technically, cluster 1 2 3 4, how many clusters we want, or how it is showing us the clusters. We remove the trend lines as well first, right? So let's remove the trend lines first, and right, and let's just do clustering. What cluster do is, cluster basically classify each and everything, right? So do it on exact date, okay, monthly basis, and I'll remove this date. Right, on the monthly basis, it's showing me four clusters, right, on the sum part. This is one cluster, this is the second cluster, this is the third cluster, this is the fourth cluster. So this is the third cluster, this is the second, this is fourth cluster. So this is showing me that this cluster, the blue one, contains the people who are traveling on different dates with the different levels, and these are the clusters for June, October, Jan, and the number of people traveling, which have some of the similar or different quality. So instead of having this line chart, let's have something which is very understandable. So let's take a shape type something, right? Or we can have some square areas. Okay, so these are very complicated to understand. Density, right? So we can understand the densities as well. If we do a cluster, we understand the densities as well. If we have some filters, we just want to see, we don't want to see, we just want to see the fourth one. So fourth one is over here. See, in the month of December, 4, 5, 6. So basically it is showing me the amount of people traveling in those durations. Technically, we want to understand the number 3. So these belongs to number 3 because these have high patients. So the cluster 3, if we select this cluster 3, so these are the people who have high number of travelers during that particular season. So it has internally divided the clusters. Now let's go for 2. So see, these are the people who are traveling in the month of September, day 10, day 9, these things. Then if we go and look out for 1, so these are the people who are traveling. So these are the clusters. So the clusters are nothing but the classification done by itself. Okay, now let's go and understand. Let's understand what is forecasting now and how we are going to do the forecasting.